are in New York City at 30 Rock.
I can't choose. I can't talk any louder. This is as loud as I go. I can't choose. It's too tough. But here's my top 5 in no particular order. Taxi, Fever Pitch, Whip It, Almost Famous, and The Scheme. Because you all know you like The Scheme, don't lie.
Fever Pitch? Who wouldn't want a Ben Reitman? Like, he's like perfect. Perfect.
I like all the different kinds. Listen to rock, hip hop, country. My favorite artist would have to be Pink, Don't Judge Me. And my favorite band is Brand New. If you don't know them, you should look them up.
I like all types of music, 70s and 80s, because I grew up listening to that. I like country, Michael Bublé, rock, hip hop, anything that you can dance to.
My first time at late night was June 18th, 2010, and the episode number was 267. The guests were Jim Brewer, Kate Walsh, and the musical guest was Bruce with the Amines. We did standby tickets, and it was my graduation present to myself, so it was definitely a day to remember. And it was the first time I got a Jimmy high five and kind of held his hand for a little bit too long. It's a little uncomfortable. No, it's perfect.
My first taping was on March 2nd, 2011, and that just happened to be Jimmy's second anniversary show. The guests were Abigail Breslin, Mike Tyson, and Motorhead, which was awfully loud. But I was lucky enough to meet Jimmy that morning, so that was just totally worth it, and a day I'll never forget.
I've been a fan since SNL, and I've loved him in all his movies, but when late night started, that's when I became the crazed fan that I am now. That's the reason why I come to New York and stand outside at 4 o'clock in the morning for standby tickets.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Me too.
It's really hot out here, and I'm really
Ridiculous.
tired.
I know, it's so freaking hot.
It's totally worth it.
It's awfully hot.
Okay.
It's 4:30 in the morning, and it's sweltering.
We rock.
Yo.
Okay.
Or we stink.
Probably that too.
SNL. Watched him ever since day one. Love him. Renee Biddle. She's my gal. I love her. Anybody that can pour a bottle of wine through a Glamour magazine and hit their mouth is just tops in my book.
I like really fluffy dogs. Like, they're my favorite. But I would have to choose a boxer, which barely has any hair. But everybody in my family has one, and they seem like really loyal and awesome dogs, so I would want one of those.
Golden Retriever.
From the movies, I would have to choose, I know it should be Ben Reitman, but I would have to choose Hot Tub Johnny. And I would totally let him in the hot tub, because those girls were not so. SNL, I think it was Sully or Jared.
Oh, yeah, Jared.
They're both pretty awesome.
Yeah, I would totally.
And Nick Burns, because I kind of do the whole move thing, and people hate me for it.
Yeah.
And no, I kind of do though. I think it would be cuter. And for late night, I'm gonna say Jimmy.
There you go. From SNL, definitely Sully. Movies, Ben or Hot Tub Johnny Rocket, and from late night, J Bro or Denise.
My favorite late night episode would have to be the first one, because it was the start of my favorite show, a show that's gotten me through so many tough times that
Good old New York.
it's gotten me through so many tough times, and it's made me laugh even when I just want to cry.
Definitely last night so far. I mean, that History of Rap 2 was unbelievable. Perfect.
Probably Miles Dale. They're all pretty. I like when they wear the short sleeves and you can see the armpit hair and stuff like that. That's really classy.
That's hot.
That is really hot.
Chicks with armpit hair.
Oh, yeah.
I would say Miles as Dale. He really makes a good-looking woman. I think it's his physique. You know, he's lanky, tall, whatever. But yeah, he looks good. You know. Hello.
Fabulous city right here. My favorite place in the world. I wouldn't come here and spend the night and not have a hotel room if I didn't love it here so much. I wouldn't be awake for this long. I would be home sleeping. But yes, New York City is also home of Jimmy Fallon, so can't go wrong there.
Nope. I would live in Key West, Florida. It's really laid back. It's chill. Everybody's just kicking back. It's the hustle and bustle is just not there. And the weather is beautiful all the time. And maybe someday I'll retire there. Never know. I have to have a job first.
I really like Chinese and Mexican and Indian and sushi, and I like pretty much everything. But my favorite food is my mom's chicken noodle soup because it's delicious. And I can eat it all year round. I don't care how hot it is out. I just want the chicken.
Italian. I like spicy food as well, too. So plain and simple, Italian. Just looking through my nose at 4:30 in the morning, and a family walks by. Good old New York. The microbreweries for making my alcoholism seem like a neat hobby, and the one about the taco shells. I love that one because it's true. Because you know, as soon as you put something in them, they break. So yeah, taco shells. I choose the driver's license one because I was there at the monologue rehearsal when he did it, and then he didn't show it on the show, and I was really bummed. But then he showed it the next week, and I was really excited. And the other one is the one, I can't remember the wording, but it was like the passport one where he was like, you don't need to see my ID, it would be a lot easier to look at my face because I'm Jimmy F. Fallon. I thought that one was really nice too. I'd say Duran Duran because I grew up in the 80s and I absolutely loved them. My room was plastered with posters. You couldn't even see walls. It was just ridiculously packed. And I luckily had the third floor bedroom so nobody could see all the crap that I had in my walls, so yeah, I lucked out. Zach Hansen?
Ooh.
I really like the Hansen brothers. But he was my favorite. I didn't think Isaac was cute, and Taylor, even though everybody else loved him, I wasn't a fan. Okay. It would be Chiz Niffler. Because I like dudes with dark hair, and he totally has a mullet like I did in the 80s. Not that I'm very proud of that, but yeah, he's rocking it. And then we would go roller skating. I'd love to see him in that leather outfit on skates and for ice cream afterwards. If I could date any one of the Cupid's Arrows guys, I would have to choose the Dip. But who wouldn't want to date him? He seems perfect. And we'd probably go ride a snowmobile or something. Or I would date James Batch because his favorite food is cake. It's so fun. And I think that we could bake a cake together and then probably eat it. I think that would be perfect.
Cake.
Cake. Love cake.
A dolphin. They always seem happy and lovable towards people, and they always look like they're smiling. So, dolphin. I'd be a dolphin too. They were my favorite animals until I found out about monkeys, and then they were my favorite animals. But that doesn't matter. That's a hard one because I love all three of those teams equally. I'm a huge sports fan. Grew up with three brothers. That's all we watched, sports. I'm actually more of a sports fan than my husband, so that's just too hard to choose. Can't choose. I don't like sports. Can't get into them. Yeah. My uncle's a big fan, and he lives with us, so I sometimes watch a game with him or two. But I only watch the Eagles. I did watch the Phillies when they played that championship or
World Series.
Whatever it's called.
That's called a World Series.
Sure, I watched that.
Yeah.
And that was okay. But I find it kind of boring.
Okay.
Anyway.
I'd say the 70s. Things were really simple back then. I remember listening to music with my mom and dancing with her. She would put me on her feet and hold my hands, and it was just so much fun. And I miss my neighborhood friends. We had so much fun. We could ride our bikes wherever we wanted. It was just easier and less dangerous. It was fun. Go back to March 2nd, 2011, the day that I met James Thomas Fallon. And I just relive it over and over and over again because it was the most perfect day ever. Everything worked out perfectly. That makes sense. It was all timed perfectly. And
it was timed perfectly.
It was great.
It was the best.
My favorite non-Jimmy movie would be The Notebook, Seabiscuit, Office Space, any 80s movie, 16 Candles, Breakfast Club, Pretty in Pink, that kind of thing. I think it's a tie between The
Gosling.
This dude is twerking here.
Ryan Gosling.
Go to the movies and out to dinner with my husband, which I don't get to do very often because he works a lot. So I like to do Zumba at the gym. It's a fun thing, and I love to dance.
I like to sleep. Sleep and drink coffee.
Shock.
And watch Jimmy stuff. Or Gilmore Girls. I'm really lazy. I don't do anything else.
It's kind of hard because I already met Jimmy. That was my one wish, but probably to have a summer home in Key West that I could go to anytime I want.
It would be to get number 1 and 2 standby tickets for today's show and go in and see Ryan Gosling.
Yes.
Because I adore Ryan Gosling.
Yes.
He's number 2. Jimmy's number 1, obviously.
Yes.
But Ryan Gosling. Oh, I love them both so much.
It would be to play beer pong, cornhole, or sing karaoke with him. I love to sing, so that would be it.
I've never had a drink because I'm cool like that.
Because you're cool like that.
I don't know. No, I've never had a drink, so I think it would be cool to have my first drink with Jimmy and possibly have him make it for me, and we could play beer pong, but not with beer because that stuff smells. We could play it with whatever he made me. I wouldn't be picky. He can make me whatever he thinks I should have, except for Bloody Marys, because I'm allergic to horseradish, and I could probably die.
God. You could probably die.
I don't know. I break out in hives, and I don't think that's very attractive. And I don't think Jimmy would like it either.
No, that would be awful.
No Bloody Mary.
No Bloody
or
Mary.
anything else that has that crap in it.
Yeah.
I like Army Wives, The Killing, and Friday Night Lights, which just ended. I'm very sad.
True Blood, I think. I don't know. It's completely different than the books, and I absolutely love the books. So I guess I should like the show. But I'm not really sure I do anymore because they're hurting all my favorite characters, and it makes me want to cry. Okay. But I think I still like it. I'm not really sure.
Polar bears. I don't know why.
Polar bear, but only because I went to the zoo like 2 weeks ago, and we saw a pretty cool polar bear. We didn't see any panda bears. And the tiger walked really fast. It walked really close to the glass, and my niece was standing on the ledge, and she like jumped backwards because she was really scared. And I thought it was kind of cute and fun.
There you go.
And I think that is it. I'm sorry, I have the attention span of something that doesn't have a very large attention span.
Here we are in New York, and adios.
Wish us luck in the standby ticket.
Yay!